Howdy there. Haven't seen you guys for a good old-fashioned second. Been a minute since my last video. I was on a trip. I went to New York. I went to New Jersey. I went to Philadelphia. And I came back, I don't know, a week ago, something like that. And, you know, you'd think I'd get right back into making videos, but unfortunately it was cold. And for some reason, as soon as it turns cold, I go into hibernation mode and start sleeping 20 hours a day for like a week or so. That's my weird means of adjusting to the changing of the seasons. And so I got real lazy, even lazier than usual. And I didn't post nothing for a minute. But I'm back now. Rest assured, I'm back. And we're going to start getting content coming up on this old channel again, even though I hate calling it content. But, you know, I'm so conditioned by the system to call it content that I just can't help my fucking self. So, what do we got? So the first thing I want to continue to thank you guys. I've only had my Etsy painting shop open for like a month. I've already sold 9 paintings. And I have currently 5 up for sale right this very second. And I'll show them to you right there. Yeah, there they are. All paintings, all for sale. What the hell is this black thing? Get that out of here. I'm going to kill that. Bloop. There we go. That's gone now. Happily. But yeah, you can buy my paintings. Those are linked down below. If you feel like doing such a thing. I continue to enjoy your support in my artistic endeavors or my autistic endeavors, depending on how you view it. But either way, thank you so much for being so kind and so generous and buying my paintings. Hopefully, oh my God, do I have some kind of weird filter on my voice right now? 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, good. I don't. You think I would just like keep these on and monitor shit, but I don't. Because I hate headphones. And you'd think I'd just cut this out as well, but nope. Because I also hate editing. A lot of my decisions are based upon hatred. You know, it's this wonder I'm not a conservative. Because it seems like we share that in common. But hey, neither here nor there. Because I'm not a conservative. Maybe I have a little bit of that streak in me, I think. I know that one thing I share in common with my conservative brethren is the mentality of leave me the fuck alone. Mind your goddamn business. Leave me the fuck alone. Get out of my fucking face. Well, I like that sort of mentality. You know, a lot of conservatives, they hate the big city. You know, I was just in the big city, but I got to say, I like the big city. I like the big city because really, you're more likely to get left alone in the big city than you are in the little rural-ass, fuck-ass country. You know what I mean? Because you're in the little rural-ass, fuck-ass country. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody all up in each other's business. Everybody gossiping about this person did that, and this person said this, and this person thinks this way, and blah, 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 blah. But in the big city, nobody gives a fuck. Don't nobody give a fuck what anyone else is up to in a big city. I could go in the middle of New York City right now, take my goddamn shirt off, jiggle my titties around, and go la da 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 da. And you know how many people would fucking spend any time whatsoever looking at me? People would glance at me casually and just be like, another crazy person, and keep on walking. So really, you get left alone better in the big old city than you do in the rural-ass, fuck-ass, lame-ass country. So that's why I like the big city. Because you actually get, it's counterintuitive. But the more people there are, the less people fucking bother you. So I'm okay. I was in New York City recently, first time in my life. You know, it took me 40 years to get out New York City way, but I finally did it. Went to Times Square, went to Central Park, did a bunch of tourist crap. And I gotta say, you know, I didn't believe these right-wingers when they said New York City is a cesspit, when they said New York City is a disgusting, crime-ridden shithole. I didn't believe them. And I gotta say, now that I've been there, I disbelieve them even harder because that was one of the cleanest, most orderly, efficient cities I've ever been to in my life. And it started right off the plane. Got off the plane, went to luggage, pick up the, little carry-on luggage thing. Not carry-on, the other one. Checked baggage. Get your checked baggage claim. The bag was already there. In the time it took us to walk to our gate, from our gate to that thing, and that wasn't far, like a 2-minute walk, maybe 3, 4. The luggage was already there. I've never seen that in my life, any other airport. I've air traveled all over the damn place. I have never seen the checked bags as quickly and efficiently as it was at LaGuardia. That subway system they got there, dirty, nasty, sure, but fast, efficient, faux show. Central Park, beautiful. Times Square, gaudy as hell, but, whatever, I like it. I'm a tourist. I'm all right with it. I'm sure the locals probably don't go there all that much, but, I don't know. Who knows what they do? I don't care what they do. It's the big city, Let's get right into what we're going to be talking about because we got a lot of little subject matters. Because, I don't like to make a video on one thing. Boring to make a video about just one thing. I like making videos on a bunch of things because that's more interesting to me. And, I have ADHD and all that. Not that I'm using my ADHD as an excuse to be, well, yeah, I am. Anyway, what do we got? So the first thing I have is this little nihilism meme from you. For you. It says, morality is relative, morality is subjective, there are no objective and or universal standards, and then the light is shined upon him, and it reveals the truth. I don't want to be held to a higher standard and be expected to improve. I want to feel good about myself as I am and not feel the discomfort of falling short of what I am capable of. Yeah, maybe, but have you considered this? So fucking what? Who cares? I don't want to be held to some other person's arbitrary standard that's ultimately meaningless in the cosmos. Yeah, you're damn right I don't. I don't give a shit what your standard is. You can take your standard, shove it up your fucking ass. As far as I'm concerned. I don't give a shit about your moral standard. I don't give a shit about your whatever standard. You don't think I'm saying the right things. You don't think I'm doing the right things. You don't think I'm conducting myself in the right fashion. Okay. Well, that's your opinion. Have fun with it. Lube it up and stick it up your ass, because that's about all it means to me. But I have noticed something about nihilism lately. I've noticed, and I've seen this discourse, and oddly, I've seen it around cartoons more than anything. And I think it's because Rick and Morty came along and, put front and center the nihilistic attitude. Rick, a very nihilistic character. And so now, whenever a cartoon comes out that's not nihilistic, everybody's got to suck its dick for how not nihilistic it is. So the first show I saw this with was this one here, this Smiling Friends, which I like the Smiling Friends. I'm all right with that show. I think it's a fun show. But I kept seeing these comments in the YouTube videos. Someone posts a clip of Smiling Friends. Some asshole in the comments always like, yeah, it's good to see a show that rejects nihilism. Good to finally see a show that rejects nihilism. Like, most shows reject nihilism. What are you doing? What are you talking about? I can think of, there's Rick and Morty that embraces nihilism, and then there's, a bunch of absurdism shows, I guess Family Guy, if you want to call it, if you want to ascribe an ist to Family Guy, I guess you could say it's absurdist, maybe. The Simpsons? That's not nihilistic. What other shows are nihilistic? Animated shows other than Rick and Morty. Basically, they're just saying, I like how it's not nihilistic like Rick and Morty, but they can't just say that. They have to act like they're besieged by nihilism on all sides, and there's just no other perspectives being represented until Smiling Friends came along and represented a new perspective, a perspective that's not inherently nihilistic. And the new show I'm seeing this about a bunch is this show here. This is Joe Kappa, big-time YouTube animator, got picked up for a show on Adult Swim called Ha Ha, You Clowns. And I like the show. I think it's a fun show. It's a lot of, sort of semi-real life situations and awkward social interactions and really extraordinarily ugly character designs. And, you know, on the surface level, very wholesome. And it seems to me like not a lot of people are reading beyond the surface level, because the word wholesome is like what I see most described in this show. And of course, you got the people, it's nice to see something that represents wholesomeness instead of nihilism, that tired old nihilism. And I'm just like, what did nihilism fucking do to you, man? Show me on the doll where nihilism fucking touched you, bro. First of all, this show is wholesome on surface level only. There is clearly something weird and dark going on beneath the surface of this show. And if you don't pick up on that, then I question your ability to perceive reality. Second of all, once again, and I guess I already said this with the Smiling Friends example, but I'll reiterate it. Why the fuck not? I know a lot of you guys, it takes a few repetitions before stuff really sinks in. What show, like, other than Rick and Morty, what show is just constantly besieging you with this goddamn nihilism? It's like everywhere I go, nihilism, 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 nihilism. Like, why do you hate nihilism so goddamn much? Like, what did it do to you? I mean, nihilism, at the end of the day, is really just the assertion that there is no inherent meaning to existence. That's all it is. That's all it fucking says. Like, what's the big fucking deal here? What's got you so freaked out about it? I don't get it. Because, like, okay, prove meaning then. You hate nihilism so much, go ahead and refute it. Prove that there is some sort of inherent, intrinsic meaning to the cosmos and all of us here. Now, am I saying for sure that I know for a fact that there isn't? No, I'm not saying that. I like to keep an open mind. But, like, why is that perspective so offensive to you? What did it do to you? Where did it hurt you? I guess why the fuck do you need the universe? Why? I think it's an ego. Here's what I think. I think you're a fucking egomaniac. I think that you need the universe to suck your fucking dick. I think you need the universe to tell you, you're right. You're right, buddy. Oh, your morals? They're the right ones. All the things that you think and feel, all correct. And they're not. Bullshit. Even if there is some sort of objective morality, you got no fucking clue what it is. It could be something you detest. The objective morality of the universe could be hideous and evil in your view. And then the universe fucking flat out disagrees with you. Ever thought of that, you little bitch? Maybe nihilism is your best buddy. Because at the end of the day, you're all really nihilists, baby. I mean, functionally, you're nihilists. Because even if there is an intrinsic meaning to the universe, your ass don't know it. You don't know it. No, you don't. You might have suspicions. You might have ideas. But do you know it? No. You sure don't. I hate this green here. Like, I don't understand. It's a green screen. It's supposed to take everything that's green and turn it into whatever I say. So why the fuck am I seeing green there? Like, what is this? What is this crap? Oh, it's the wrong shade of green. Well, why is it so damn sensitive? Whatever, I'm not fixing it now. So it's just going to be there annoying the shit out of me. But that's okay, because the universe has no inherent meaning or purpose. Let's change subjects, shall we? I think we've talked about that enough. Why should we continue talking about that? We shouldn't. We should get into some Twitter trash. Everybody's favorite segment on the TJ Show. The Twitter trash segment. What do we have for you today? Let's take a look at some opinions that have been spouted on the twitter.com. Starting with this one. Somebody named Gobris Watermelon says, starting to realize that most of the hate for this movie are from men. That's not grammatically correct. Are from men with a weak/unhealthy sense of masculinity. Like, look me in the eyes and tell me there was a depletion of testosterone here. Okay. And then the Eggman, a.k.a. the cartoon loon, has responded by saying, is it really difficult to grasp that the reason people like the first two Predator movies because it was about humans overcoming a seemingly invisible, emotionless killing machine? I think you meant invincible, although I guess invisible does work as well, since the Predator could fucking camouflage themselves. The Predators could camouflage themselves, rather. But first of all, Predator 2 was not really a well-received film. Like, I know that it's gotten a little bit of a resurgence in recent years. Like, a lot of people are revisiting it and saying, not so bad, actually. But at the time, a lot of people thought Predator 2 was fucking dog shit. And that's why there wasn't no Predator 3 for like 20 years after that, 10 years, whatever. I mean, it took a while. Like, until Alien vs. Predator, right? Like, wasn't it Alien 2 to AVP? That was a long-ass wait. And the reason that you didn't see the Predator on the screen for quite some time is because people did not like Predator 2. Once again, I know it's been revisited, and people now say, oh, well, I actually love Predator 2. Whatever. Okay, good. Fine by me. But, like, a bunch of the other Predator movies have this same goddamn plot. In fact, all of them do. This is kind of the first Predator movie to do anything different. And audience reactions tend to be pretty positive. I mean, I know there's like a contingent of people who hate it. And I saw the thing. And honestly, I think it could have been better. I would have liked if they had not done the thing with the android chick. If they had not done any human characters or android-esque human characters. I would have preferred if it was just the Predator versus a big fucking spooky monster, and the whole thing was just a taut, tight cat and mouse game thriller on this horrible nightmare planet. I think that would have been a much more engaging film for my money. But the film I got, honestly, it wasn't bad. It was fine. It was serviceable. Did I sense a little Disneyfication? To be honest with you, I did. But did it ruin the film for me? Not even close. I thought the film was fine. It was all right. It could have been better. Like I said, I have notes. But, is it because it wasn't yet another the Predator's invincible and these group of humans are being hunted by him? We've seen that. We've seen it done once well and a bunch of other times not so well, and then done well again with Fray and Killer of Killers. And now we're seeing for the first time in the franchise's history, really, if you don't count AVP, the first time in the franchise's history, really, that the Predator has fucking done anything goddamn different. And you know what? I'm here for it. I'm glad they decided to do something a little different with this one. And, I don't know. If you want to see that movie, you got, like, countless versions of it, so go suck their dicks. I don't know why you're only citing the first two Predator movies, because all the other Predator movies after that were also that plot, and apparently you didn't like those. So quit being a fucking little crybaby bitch, basically. So Toy Story 5 is coming out, and I know what you're thinking. If you're like me, why do they keep making these fucking movies? Enough. Thank you. Yes, we've seen it. But anyway, this person says, the way I won't be alive to see this makes me so mad. I love Toy Story. Apparently they disagree with me. And, the backstory here is this person has cancer. And they're going to probably, all likelihood, be dead before they get to see this movie, which sucks. I would not want to be dead before seeing a movie I really wanted to see. But I did think it was a little funny, a little curious that, someone like me, I could give a fuck less about this movie. I couldn't, if you want to be grammatical about it. I could not give a fuck less about this movie. I could not care less about the existence of this film. But here's another person that's just like, they're dying, and the one thing they want in the world is to live long enough to see it, It's crazy, that priority difference to me. I guess it really shouldn't be crazy. It's obvious that different people have different priorities in the world. But it just struck me in that moment as like, wow, this person would literally do anything to see it. And me, I wouldn't do anything to see it. Isn't that kind of funny? I think it's kind of funny. Maybe you don't think it's just insipid trash. I don't know. Brittany says, at 16, boys used to want to be men. They lied about their age and stormed the beaches of Normandy. Now men in their 30s can't even commit to a woman who loves something, something, something. Who cares? And you see the little babies going to die in war. And this guy's like, men used to go to war. You forgot the crucial detail. They used to have something to die for. Nobody's dying for a girl with 10 bodies and an OnlyFans link in her bio. But the problem with that is, first of all, why not? You know, I mean, if she's got a huge OnlyFans and like 10 other dudes are willing to fuck her, chances are she's a good lay. But second of all, I don't think anyone went to go fight in a war because they're trying to get laid. That's the worst thing to do, especially at wartime. At wartime, all the pussy is back home. You know, like if you want to get laid during the war, your best bet is to sit it out while all the other fucking men are out there fighting. You're back home fucking all their dames. You know, plowing all their skirts. I guarantee you, all these guys here, I mean, probably at least 5 or 6 of these guys, their wives or girlfriends are back home getting plowed by some draft dodger. You know what I mean? So if you want to get laid, going to the war is your worst bet. You know what I mean? Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. You might not like it, but I'm not wrong. J.D. Vance said it's totally reasonable and acceptable for American citizens to look at their next door neighbors and say, I want to live next to people who have something in common with. Vance explains that homes are being taken by over 20 foreigners, which would normally be occupied by a traditional American family, and they don't speak the same language that I do, and because there are 20 in the house next door, it's a little bit rowdier. Dude, you're married to an Indian chick. We've all seen your wedding photos with a little dot on your head and shit. You know, this is the thing about Republicans that pisses me off nowadays. I mean, they've always pissed me off. They've always fucking driven me up the wall, batshit crazy nuts. But here's the thing. Back in the day, like, take Dick Cheney, for example. Dick Cheney, the entire party platform of the Republican Party at the time was anti-gay as hell. I know, big fucking difference from today, right? But Dick Cheney he broke away from the party on that issue because he had an openly lesbian daughter. So he didn't want it. Even when they brought it up in the debate, I remember Dick Cheney being like, I have nothing to say on that subject. I'm not going to say that. Because you know what? He put family before party. You know, even though his party was anti-gay as fuck, Dick Cheney was a decent enough man. And that's a fucking disgusting statement to even say. It's disgusting to say anything complimentary about Dick Cheney, but he was a nice enough fucking dude that he wouldn't throw his own fucking kin under the damn bus just to get cynical political points. But J.D. Vance has no problem with it. He'll be like, yeah, fear the other, fear the different. Motherfucker got married with a dot on his damn head. Fuck you, J.D. Vance, you shitbag. You scum fuck. You maniacally evil son of a bitch. What else? Speaking of maniacally evil sons of bitches, Hitler. Hitler had a micro penis and just one ball. I knew about the one ball. I didn't know Hitler was fucking packing a little fucking micro dick, but you know what? It doesn't take away from his luster, damn it. I'd still let him fuck me. Whatever. Anyway, oddly enough, everyone I disagree with has a micro penis and one ball too. I don't know what the fuck that person's trying to say. Are they trying to say, like, is he mad at them for besmirching Hitler's good name or something? I don't know. But I was amused. I thought I'd share it with you nonetheless, even though I have nothing to really say about it, apparently. I saw this comic. It said, imagine if the roles were reversed. There's a dude walking down the street. Chick's like, hey, man, you look cute. You should smile more. And then there's a chick holding the meat, and she's like, hello, lovely gentleman. And then there's a chick, and she's like, you fixed your own computer. You're so smart. That's impressive. Thanks. And there's a chick, old chick, like, you look way too good to be a cashier. What if the roles were reversed and the world was like this? Men would like that. I don't know what to tell you. Men would like that. You have any idea how rare it is for a man walking around on the street to get a fucking compliment from anybody, especially a woman? You know, like, you have any idea how much, like, men out there wish that, like, the bar was so low for us that we could, hey, I fixed my computer. And it's like, wow, you're so smart. Like, do you think we'd find that patronizing? We wouldn't. I wouldn't anyway. I can't speak for everybody, but like, yeah, awesome. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. What are we talking about here? Men are starved for compliments, okay? Men would love compliments. We don't get them. Not often. Turkeys don't want to be eaten. 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 From PETA. Okay. Well, too fucking bad for turkeys, I guess, because I'm eating them. Not often, but hey, you know, Thanksgiving's coming up. I'm nothing if not a traditionalist, so yeah, a turkey's getting fucking ate that day. Turkey going in my fucking belly. Okay? I mean, so a turkey don't want to be eaten? No shit. I didn't think he did. I was never under the opposite fucking belief. I was never fucking biting into the big juicy turkey breast and thinking to myself, man, I bet this turkey's fucking happy as shit. I bet this turkey's in fucking hog heaven. No. I know the turkey doesn't want to be eaten. I never fucking was under any fucking false impression about that. Most things don't want to be eaten, for fuck's sake. But you know what? Here's the thing. A lot of things don't want the things that happen. I don't want to pay taxes. Still have to fucking do it. You know? I want to be able to fucking, smoke a fucking crack pipe on the street corner. I can't do that. You know, I want to. Unfortunately, I can't. I don't really want to smoke a crack pipe necessarily, but, smoke weed on the corner. Nowadays, I can do that. So I needed a more strong example. But yeah, nobody wants to do shit. How many people don't want to work? People don't want to go to their fucking job. People don't want to fucking pay their rent. So, still got to fucking do it. And turkeys still got to get eaten. Unless they get the presidential pardon, for fuck's sake. Okay. I know, a bunch of vegans going to cry at me. I don't know what it is with you damn vegans. You make up 2% of the population, but like 80% of the world's crybabies. Anyway, what's this? Gender roles have no place in gay relationships. That's the take. It said, what opinion would you defend your last breath? And that's their take. Okay. Gender roles have no place in gay relationships. I mean, look, when it comes to your relationship, when it comes to you in your own relationship, you are free to have whatever standards you want to have. When it comes to literally anybody else's relationship, shut the fuck up. You got no say in that. You don't get to fucking decide that. What makes you think you're entitled to decide that? What makes 84,000 people fucking agree with your dumb ass? What do you mean gender role? I'll decide what fucking gender roles have to do with anything in my own fucking relationship. Thank you very kindly. Okay. Jesus. Fucking busybody, fucking neo-Puritan horse shit. I saw this. This fucking bothered me. Smile 2 ages like fine wine. And this in response to some fucking fanboy or something. Like overly obsessive fans. Like the first piece of media to comment on that was Smile 2. Pisses me off for this reason. Smile 2 ages like fine wine. That implies that it's aged long enough to say that. Smile 2 is a baby as far as movies go. Smile 2 came out like fucking 10 minutes ago. Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? Oh my God, here's one. I love this one. I'm starting to notice that cows are interacting more with whites as if aware that whites are being replaced, and they worry that other races will not show the same moral responsibility and caring for cows. I'm going to read this again. I am starting to notice that cows are interacting more with whites as if aware that whites are being replaced, and they worry that other races will not show the same moral responsibility and caring for cows. First of all, we eat cows all the time. Have you seen a factory farm? Conditions are not great. Second of all, when did the entirety of the human race get addicted to fucking crack? Because you have to be smoking a shit ton of crack to make a statement like the statement that I just fucking read. These people think that cows are, one, aware of the concept of race, two, aware of the sense of white people are better at taking care of them than other races, and three, apparently totally ignorant of the fact that white people treat them like shit. Like, look at a video of a goddamn factory farm, man. Who you think owns the farm? Most of the time, it's a goddamn white dude. It's a giant corporation with a pretty much entirely white board 99% of the damn time. White people treat cows so good. Motherfucker was probably eating a cheeseburger as he was typing that horse shit. Give me a goddamn break. Okay. So, and we got to talk about the big story, the Trump Epstein stuff, right? A lot of emails come out. A lot of old emails of Jeffrey Epstein's have hit the public square. Some revelations from the emails. In a 2019 email, Epstein claimed Trump knew about the girls and had asked Ghislaine, I know that's not how her name's pronounced, I say it that way, Ghislaine Maxwell, to stop recruiting them from Mar-a-Lago, implying direct awareness of Epstein's trafficking activities. A 2011 email from Epstein noted that the victim, Virginia Giuffre, spent hours at my house with him, referring to Trump, positioning Trump as the dog that hasn't barked in relation to Epstein's scandals, suggesting unreported close interactions with the trafficking victim. Epstein offered a reporter photos of Donald and girls in bikinis in my kitchen in a 2015 email, hinting at possession of compromising images of Trump with young women at Epstein's property. In emails, Epstein described an incident where Trump nearly walked into a glass door while intently watching young women swimming in Epstein's pool, as relayed to a reporter. That one's comical to me because, like, Trump is basically the wolf from those old Looney Tunes cartoons, his eyes bulging out of his head like, wooga! And then just fucking face planting into a glass fucking wall, a glass door, because he's so fucking distracted by the fucking young women swimming in Epstein's pool. Epstein claimed in an email that he gave his 20-year-old girlfriend from 1993 to Trump after 2 years portraying a history of sharing women. In a 2018 email, Epstein stated, "I know how dirty Donald is," in the context of Michael Cohen's plea, and in another message asserted, "I am the one able to take him down," indicating insider knowledge of Trump's unethical behavior. A 2015 exchange with Michael Wolff involved strategizing Trump's denial of being on Epstein's plane or at his house, with Wolff noting it could give Epstein valuable PR and political currency or leverage if Trump won, suggesting Epstein had proof of Trump's visits. In a 2017 email to Larry Summers, Epstein described Trump as the worst person he'd met among very bad people, saying none as bad as Trump, not one decent cell in his body, so yes, dangerous. So that's the bullshit that has come out. And I want to highlight some stuff, and I can't even get through the sheer amount of shit that we have here. But, like, there's been some stuff leaked by DropSite recently about Israeli spy stays for weeks at a time with Jeffrey Epstein in Manhattan. Jeffrey Epstein helped broker Israeli security agreement with Mongolia. There is, like, numerous instances. I mean, that's just drop in the bucket. There's tons more of Jeffrey Epstein working closely with Israel's government, Jeffrey Epstein helping broker deals for Israel, Jeffrey Epstein hosting Israeli spies, Jeffrey Epstein intimately involved with Israel. And, you know, it seems like Jeffrey Epstein, if he's not Mossad himself, or if he wasn't Mossad himself, was at the very least a Mossad asset. We know that Jeffrey Epstein had recording equipment all throughout all of his houses so that he could collect dirt on powerful people. And then we have to think back to all of the stuff that Trump has done for the state of Israel in both of his presidential terms. You know, Trump was the one who recognized Jerusalem as Israel's capital in December of 2017, reversing decades of U.S. policy. He directed the relocation of the U.S. embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem in May of 2018. He recognized Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights in March of 2019. He declared in November 2019 that Israeli settlements in the West Bank are not per se inconsistent with international law. He cut all U.S. funding to UNRWA, United Nations Relief and Work Agency for Palestinian Refugees, in 2018. He withdrew from the Iran nuclear deal, which Israel was against. He designated Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps as foreign terrorist organization in 2019, et cetera, et cetera. It goes on. There's this giant list in front of me of all the stuff that Trump has done for Israel. Most recently, this fake ceasefire deal that Israel has violated fucking 150 times. I mean, Israel continues to bomb wantonly. They got their hostages returned to them with the promise of peace, and they did not honor that deal. They did not honor that promise. They continue to starve the Palestinians. They continue to bomb the Palestinians. They continue to massacre the Palestinians, and no one has held their feet to the fire. So Trump has been, I mean, and by the way, massive increases too to the amount of weapons and funds going to Israel as well. So, and this is just scratching the surface. Once again, I got a whole giant list over here of all the stuff that Trump has done, bending over backwards for the state of Israel, doing everything in his power. So when you put together Jeffrey Epstein, probable Mossad agent or Mossad asset, has dirt on Donald Trump, then who also has that dirt on Donald Trump? Israel. And who's doing every favor under the sun for the state of Israel? Who's bending over backwards for the state of Israel? Who's kowtowing to Israel at every possible turn, even when it doesn't make a goddamn lick of sense? Donald fucking Trump. And so it seems like we got a president who is, Israel first instead of America first, you know? And I don't think any of us want that. I mean, I know I don't want that. I'm not saying that, the president should be totally, fuck you, Israel. I'm not saying the president shouldn't take what Israel has to say seriously, as he should any country on the world stage. But to put Israel consistently before the interests of the United States of America, before the interests of humanitarianism, before the interests of the UN, before the interest of things like the Iranian peace deal, before all of these things, I mean, this is fucking dog shit. I mean, it seems like they do have something on this fucking guy. It seems like he's being blackmailed fucking to hell and back, doesn't it? And I don't know. Look, I'm just a casual observer of these things. I'm not no political wonk. I'm not no foreign policy wonk. I'm not going to sit here and claim that I understand the ins and outs and intricacies of any of this shit. But it seems to me that it don't take a fucking genius to figure this one out. Donald Trump is a little bitch to Israel. Why? Could it be that they have dirt on him? Well, if Jeffrey Epstein's emails are to be believed, and the connection between Jeffrey Epstein and Mossad is to be believed, then it seems kind of fucking probable, don't it? Like, it seems like there might be a little something there. Now, maybe that's wrong. Maybe we don't know. Maybe there's something else going on. Maybe Trump just really loves Israel for no particular fucking reason. I don't know. But what I do know is, looks a little fishy, looks a little funny, looks a little strange. All right, last thing I'm going to say to you guys before I bid you adieu is I'm going to say, for everyone who ordered my book, The Douchebag Bible, those motherfuckers will be sent out very soon. We're ordering some specialty boxes. that are specifically designed for the book, and those will be arriving soon. And I will start the long and arduous process of signing those and personalizing those for you guys. And that will take a little minute, but, you know, it is a major thing that I will be doing. And, you know, we'll probably be sending them out piecemeal, you know, in batches and stuff. But if you've ordered one, just know that your wait is drawing towards an end, and those will start heading out and shipping out shortly. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out some of those links down below. Go buy a painting. Go buy, you know, go check out whatever bullshit I got down there. I don't remember. But, you know, love you guys. See you later. Bye-bye. Fuck off, etc., etc., etc. And, you know, happy trails, bucko. Bucko. Happy trails out there, bucko. The fuck? Such a fucking idiot. Love you guys. Bye.